Be bold today. It's quite a statement, but how exactly do we do it? Well, author Leigh Burgess is here today to help us find our purpose and success at any age.
That's right. She's the CEO and founder of Bold Industries Group and author of Be Bold Today. Welcome in.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, let's start with the beginning, the inspiration of this book, because it really started with you making a big move.
Yeah, so in the middle of 2020, I got to a place where I was just very misaligned, is how I would say it. I didn't know I was burnt out. We didn't talk about it as much, and I quit my job without having a plan, and I'm a big-time planner, so that was felt very risky. It actually felt selfish at first, but I needed to choose me, which is usually the last person that I choose. And I take care of everyone else, and I want to make sure everyone else is in a good space, but myself not so much. But I didn't have a plan, and that was what I needed. So the actual framework I created was that plan that I started to follow, the path.
Well, and it's so interesting, too, because if you don't know what your plan is, you might not know what your purpose is, going back one step.
Right.
And that is what this book is all about, finding our purpose. So what is the framework?
Yeah. So believe, own, learn, design. I love a good acronym. It's how I learned in high school, actually.
Me too.
So I think for me, it was really digging into my beliefs about myself. Like, why wasn't that possible? Why couldn't I do that? And really unlocking a lot of things for myself, as well as discovering some things in the shadows that I didn't know were even there.
All right. Well, we all face challenges no matter what our age is. How do we turn those challenges into purpose? You talk about that.
Yeah. So the purpose and boldness have a relationship, and they both require you to step out of your comfort zone. They both require you to trust the process. And I think if someone says, what's your purpose? It's a really big question. And you shouldn't feel like, oh, I have to answer it right away, or if I don't answer it, I'm not really sure if I'm doing it right. Like, there is no wrong way to find your purpose as long as you're trying. And it can be very small steps that you can take towards that, just by being curious or writing it down or talking to a friend or trying something out that, maybe people don't understand why you're doing it, but that's okay.
So we started reading this book, and I love the activities. We had talked about this, these activities, little quick activities, helping to get to know your authentic self. Go through some of those activities and explain to people that it really is easier than, this grand aha moment of, I know my purpose.
Yeah, it's definitely not a social media moment, right? I mean, although you had a great spot on that. When you're ready, you can actually share that. But I think for me, the activities really take you through understanding yourself first, believing in yourself. So the first thing you could do is like a belief audit. What are the thoughts I'm having going through my head? What do I say about myself? How do I talk to myself? Because sometimes we talk to ourselves in such a way, you would never talk to your friend that way, but you talk to yourself that way. So even like saying some of those things or writing those things down and going, is that actually true? Is that something that I should actually work on? Or is that something I need to put across, cross it out? And just that visual of let's just say, I am fat, or something like what you would say about yourself that you would never say to a friend, and you cross it out. It's like, okay, it's like your memory. I don't need to think about that or be like that. So it also kind of gets the idea of that out of your head, and then therefore it's hopefully not going to come back as much. And finding your purpose, the whole thing is imperfect. So don't think that it has to be perfect. So it really takes you through the different places in the framework. So believe, own, learn, design. Like, what are you owning that you don't need to own? Was that someone else's fear? Was that what someone's narrative told you? Like, you're supposed to come from. So I think those are the things that just little things like that begin to start to create the ingredients of like, oh, I think this is something I want to learn more about.
Unpacking so you can grow. Very good.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And I love that you did this company with your daughter. Thank you for your time. You can get Be Bold Today at any of your favorite booksellers, and you can follow Leigh at leighburgess.com. More Local on 2 right after this.